Fabiano, big victory for you. Congratulations. But tell us a bit about that monster preparation.
Well, I played this line against Sam with the black pieces a few days ago.
Right.
And when he went for it so confidently at the start, he was playing so quickly.
Yesterday.
What?
Was it yesterday?
Yesterday was the game against Sam.
Feels like a tournament already, right?
I could have sworn it was like a week ago.
We could have swore with you. I mean, we would have tested alongside you.
Yeah, so yesterday I played that game against Sam. And when he went for this line, I was so worried. And he was thinking and thinking. And the more he thought, the less worried I got, because I figured he wasn't really in his preparation. But I was thinking about this move G5. And
this was something that you figured out or found when you were preparing from Black's perspective?
Yeah. So I was looking at this from playing it from a Black point of view. But it worried me so much, and I realized that if I tried this move G5 with White, that it would most likely be very unpleasant for Leinier. And I see the computer shows a question mark for D5, which is...
We have a weak computer. Never mind. Don't pay attention
but
to our
D5 is a practical mistake. I also thought it was the most natural move. But the best practical move is Queen to A5.
Wow.
Which basically equalizes on the spot, because White has to play Bishop C4, B4, Queen D4. And Black plays Queen C5, and we get an endgame where White has compensation, which is enough for the pawn, but certainly no more. But I thought the chance of someone playing Queen to A5, it's a very unusual move.
Was low.
Is very low, yeah. I expected either D5 or Queen to C6. Queen C6 is a super fun move because it attacks the rook and then prepares knight takes B2. Knight takes B2 is also super fun. I don't know if you guys want to see these lines, but...
Please.
We would love to see them.
Knight takes B2.
Knight B2, White plays Queen to B3.
Queen Y3.
And here Black has to find Queen to C6, attacking, because the knight can't go to C4, the queen is pinned, so the queen has to attack that rook on H1, so that if the rook moves, there's knight to C4, and Black saves the knight. But here there's knight takes B5, and the only move for Black to survive is rook to A4.
What?
That's natural.
Because you need to prepare bishop to B4.
Oh, what's the threat?
Yeah.
And Queen B2, bishop to B4, King D1, Queen H1, King C2. It continues. And
C2.
Wow.
there's some shocking things here. After King C2, if Black plays the natural move, I think Bishop to E7. It's a relatively natural move, because White is threatening King B3, winning a piece. This totally loses after Queen G7, Rook F8, and Rook to C1.
Rook C1?
And this is dead lost for Black.
Castling. Very important.
So this is unlikely for Black to survive.
Are you a Netflix subscriber? I mean, this is how you spend your time, right?
We're going to get him a Kindle for his birthday.
This is great stuff. Wow.
So I didn't think Leinier would go for this, but anyway, these are some fun lines.
Okay,
and
definitely.
Queen C6 is equally fun.
From the start.
Instead of knight B2. And I think it's also very natural, because White has to move the rook.
Yes.
The best square is H4.
Right.
And now Black has knight B2.
Yes.
And suddenly if Queen B3, there's rook to A3. So Queen B3 is no longer a move, or at least it's not a move to play for an advantage. But White has Queen to D4 here. And surprisingly, Black is on the verge of losing. Knight C4, A4. It's a very random position, and purely tactical. Black survives here by a miracle again. But if you don't know the position, your chances of figuring this stuff out are next
minimal.
to none.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it E5?
No, D5, knight B5, bishop B4, king to D1, and rook takes A4, and it's eventually a draw.
Of course.
Rook A4, queen B5, rook A8, king, short castle, and...
Of course, short castle.
Well, it looks very dangerous, but there's no way to attack that king, because there's this knight B2 resource, bishop D3, knight B2, saves the game. So it's...
We're sharpening the knives over here, Fabi. We're going to need you to join us in our commentary booth. Wow, this is great fun.
That is insanity.
But I think that what Leinier did was very natural and also not bad.
also practical,
Not bad at all.
Yeah. G5, he was
D5.
surprised. D5, a very natural
I don't think
move.
he expected A4 because it's a bit of a bullet from a blue. Because it doesn't look like white it can leave the B2 pawn hanging again.
Exactly.
And the positional point, well, the whole positional point of G5 is if black plays bishop B4, pretty much at any moment, including here, white plays bishop takes C4, eliminating the knight, BC4, and bishop to E5. And we end up with this position where
you have a nice
black,
grip.
black can't comfortably castle.
Yeah.
The bishop on E5 is very firmly entrenched there.
Yes,
And it
yeah.
actually can't be removed. For example, if king F8, which is the only decent move to defend his pawn, white can make any number of moves, but if black ever plays bishop D6, queen D4 wins. So there's no way to get rid of that bishop. Yeah, king F1 is the main move, and black has to play something besides bishop D6.
Because of the interbound. So queen takes D4, bishop takes D6 is with a check. Wow.
So,
Wow.
so I expected that he would go for the endgame, because at least it's probably not losing or anything. I was kind of happy, although I didn't think that he would ever go for it, but queen to C6 instead of rook A4 is nearly immediately a draw. Rook A8 is the only decent move. Yeah, it attacks that rook on H1, so queen H1, king to D2, queen D1 is forced, king D1, and now an
Yes.
important move, king D7.
Much superior end game than what he got in the game, because what he got in the game was a double pawn
Yeah.
on the C file,
Well, it's
pawn
either-
on C6.
It's either losing on the spot or it's a better version, because knight A4 might be winning, but after bishop D6, black survives. So
Knight B6 check,
king C7.
Or C6, yes.
C6,
King
uh,
C6.
King
king
lose,
C7.
Yes, you lose a piece, pardon me, king C7. I apologize.
So, but it's very difficult to go for this because you have to see bishop D6 in advance. It's quite far in advance,
yeah.
and it looks like you might lose here by force. So the practical approach was to play queen C6 like he did. And here he played an amazing move. I mean, this was great. I think king E7. It's the best move for sure.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure it's the best move. Other moves allow me
'Cause-
king E2, rook A1, and I'm invading very quickly.
Because I think we were actually on the bishop B7
But after
train.
king E2, what did you think black could do here?
What did we think we were going to do?
Rook
I thought
A1?
We were going to go somewhere in these
I think I was one to play
directions.
king D7.
To try to protect the bishop.
But how, like rook A7, king C8, knight A4, I thought was winning.
Ah,
I think we wanted to put the king on C6.
Yeah, I was
I beg your
considering this.
pardon.
Maybe king D7.
sorry, king D7.
Rook A1, king
After
D7.
rook A1.
C5,
A1, king
rook
D7.
A1, king D7. To
But
go
I
to
think I
C6.
saw something strong after king D7. Maybe it was rook. Maybe rook D1. Is that possible? Although
Rook
that's
to
a.
D1?
I was looking for some like king C8, knight A4 stuff again.
Yeah.
It might tactically work, but it's very difficult to go for this with black because king C6 allows rook D8. You can't do that. King E8 allows knight B5 most likely, and king C8, knight A4. It's balancing on a knife's edge for him.
Gotcha.
So what he did, I think, was the best choice. It
King E7.
puts me in a tough position because now I have to, after bishop B7, I have to decide between a lot of very attractive-looking options, but none like stands out.
If you don't mind us asking the question, are we still in your prep? till this
No.
moment?
I just
Because you saw the move King E7, you knew that was the best move.
no. I didn't. I
sorry.
didn't analyze this endgame in
I apologize.
in any real detail because I figured, okay, it's a safe.
It's a safe edge.
You play for two results, and
Right.
this is pretty much a best-case scenario for the line.
Where did he go wrong?
I think that he played well. I wasn't happy to trade the bishops, but I was wondering if F6 was maybe a better choice. Because he would love
Practical
to.
decision, yeah.
He would love to trade those pawns, and like let's say GF. Rook A4 and king D7 is quite important. And I was just going to play bishop C5, try to press this position, but I assume that it's closer to a draw than anything else. But white still has rook G4, a lot of little probing moves.
Exactly. And then, so right back here, as we get to the crucial moments coming up, right here, felt that you got to get the pawn to keep
Yeah.
the pressure up. And how did you evaluate your chances around here?
Well, the position should be a draw, but I
Right.
thought he was very low on time, and this time control doesn't allow him to ever get more time. So I thought I might have like a, let's say, 30% chance of winning this position.
I get you. And you were aware that he played a move with 1 second.
I
on
actually
his
didn't realize.
clock.
I didn't realize that.
Oh, you didn't?
It was actually
Because
the losing
Will-
move. There we see it on the screen. The move Rook. He hesitated. The Rook almost fell. He makes it.
Yeah, I
Just
didn't
on
realize.
time.
But I figured I would win this position because it's so difficult for black. I didn't even
Exactly.
see how he could save it, but
The engine, we didn't see how he could save it, but the engine does recommend Rook E1 as black's
yeah.
best
I was
move at
mainly
this
considering
moment.
bishop to d3 with rook e1. And wait, if rook e1, can I just start pushing my g5, king h5, g6? How is he defending this one? Does he just start giving checks, or? Because my pawn is really fast. Oh, king h7 allows rook g7 winning, so king h5 is forced.
Exactly.
g6 and
Wow. But you're Fabi, fantastic game. Just a simply amazing game. Your perseverance paid off. You're now one game from winning the Champions bracket, and maybe your first two matches were a little shaky, but this looked really, really good. Our congratulations.
Thank you.
Fantastic stuff.